while we wait for it to load, before I start, I want to say mine on the, just a quick thing on the state of play that we watched like 2 days ago. It was an underwhelming state of play. It's obvious that PlayStation is holding its cards. Let me put this one down a bit. PlayStation is holding its cards because obviously they want to. They have all that mess with Microsoft deal with Activision that they're in trial. That I don't know what they're doing, but there's a legal thing, and they don't want to show the upper hand in this moment. They released that VR2, and they have to push on that, obviously. So mostly was, I mean, the first half was a VR title. Very mediocre VR title had to be. I mean, even that was underwhelming. They don't want to show anything yet. Maybe they don't have anything ready yet, or they're holding it for like summer when they usually. They're not gonna be at the E3, but I'm sure they're gonna. That's gonna be a state of play like in summertime, where they're gonna show. I guess Spider-Man 2 is their big game of the year. I guess that one. Then the rest of the year is gonna be like third party. So like we saw Resident Evil 4. There's gonna be Final Fantasy 16 that many people wait for, and that's it. Their big hit is gonna be Spider-Man 2 this year. What I want to rant about is unfortunately the terrible display of Suicide Squad. Or should I say Crackdown 4? I don't know, it's my day. I mean, 8 years. We've been waiting 8 years for the new game from the team that made the Batman Arkham series. They're one of the good teams. I mean, the one that you can expect great things from. And this looked like a BioWare situation with the Anthem game. Is like they were trying to do some sort of game as a service. Then they saw how poorly Avenger performed, how everyone hated it, how is 3-4 years behind time, and they try to change it in a single player, in a co-op single player, but you can see that gear thing, that game pass, the season pass thing, that game was obviously it was thought to be another Avenger, the DC Avenger, no? Obviously as a game as a service, but apart from that is already terrible and nobody wants that anymore. There's as well the gameplay. Oh my god, the gameplay it's just awful, like hundreds of mindless anonymous enemies that you have to keep shooting at, jumping around like crazy, like without any thought, just standing in midair shooting at glowing orbs. How did they can think that someone would be happy doing that? I mean, you created the Batman Arkham. That alright, you kind of created a genre with the free flow system. Okay, you don't want to do the same thing again, but obviously someone expect from you after 8 years to come out with something with clever, with something new, something like that makes like a proper AAA game. This game, you see it and you remember Crackdown 3, you remember Prototype. They came out like 15 years ago. I mean, there's nothing new in that thing. There's nothing too polished. And of course, the cutscene, that were nice, that were well done, but then the gameplay, imagine playing that thing for like 40, 50 hours, doing the same thing over and over. I mean, it would be like something that you feel like after 10 minutes, what am I doing? I already played this thing. Even if it's a new game. And that was really, I don't know, really left me like... I think that, I don't know if there was like Warner Bros. That pushed them into making a game as a service, and then they realized half the way that that thing wasn't profitable anymore, or they started like that and then they realized themselves. I don't know. I know that I'm worried for them, because I mean, they didn't release the game in 8 years. Then this thing is gonna come out. People hate it. I mean, on YouTube they had like 3 times the dislike than the likes. Probably nobody will gonna buy this thing, and that's gonna be a problem for them. It's gonna be a problem, because if this game doesn't go well, they could cut the company. Warner Bros. Could cut the company, because I mean, 8 years in development, they underperform. There's gonna be a problem for a very talented team that made all 3 Arkham in the very good way. It was very good, and I hope they have some sort of parachute system there, because I doubt it. I doubt that game is gonna sell. That game is not gonna sell. Only people that are really fan, DC fan, maybe they're gonna buy it. But people who just want a good game, they probably look at it and they will say, eh. But that's the end of my rant. Let's try to finish this game, this Hogwarts Legacy, because I really need to play Wulong on Friday. Friday is gonna come out Wulong on the Game Pass. So let's go.